New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Hello, welcome back. I am Reverend Dr. Sharri Johnson, your host for Global Focus today. And boy, do I have a treat today. We have with us Reverend Kathy Mastroianni. Now, Reverend Kathy is one of my longtime ministerial colleague friends. She is the executive director of the Science of Mind Archives and Library. And we actually met when I was in ministerial school and before she started ministerial school when I did an internship with the archives. So I've been hooked by their energy forever. And the other thing that she does that I think is really wonderful and that we have been connected in for a long time, or were connected in for a long time, is the Global Heart of Peace. Because as you will see when you see her, peace is her thing. Just like peace is my thing. World peace is not, it's not a dream, it's not a goal, it's a thing. And so I want you to please welcome with me Reverend Kathy Mastroianni. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so grateful that you said yes.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Sharri. What a joy and honor it is to be with you and your enthusiasm and this is so perfect for you, this show. So you can just be excited and you can share things with the world and just make the New Thought world just a better place with you.
Well, you know, that's probably why it happened, is because I get so excited about people and they can't say no.
It's true.
When I corner them, they can't say no because what I'm excited about is them.
Oh,
you know, and when somebody's excited about you, how do you say no to them? So you're right. It's one of those divine order things. I love divine order.
Me too.
So I always ask people for questions, and I'm going to just run down the list of questions you gave me because as a library and archives person, you actually answered the question. Most people just say, oh, whatever, say whatever. You gave me nice questions like, what is the Science of Mind Archives? I know because I've been there forever, but not everybody does.
Well, there you go. So it was actually founded by Reverend Dr. Marilyn Leo, who was a close personal friend of Ernest Holmes. She was a neighbor, and her mom, Elsie Armour, married Reginald Armour, who was Ernest Holmes' right hand, throughout the evolution of our history. So she was there since she was like 8 years old. And she just knew him as a sweet old man who came and made stew or helped her mom move furniture around her house.
Oh, he did more than that. He baptized her baby doll.
It's true. Actually, it was her sister's baby doll. It was Dorothy's, but yeah. But
the dog was the godfather because the cook was the godmother and they didn't have anyone else to be the godfather. So the dog was the godfather. How cool is that?
I know, it's so cool. So she literally, because her family was so close, she got personal belongings from Ernest and Hazel Home. We have furniture from their house. We have his plaid shirt hanging on our wall. And we have just so many. So we're a museum of our history where you can actually, when you're there, you can feel it. You can feel Dr. Holmes' essence. We're a library of 12,000 New Thought books, and we're an archive where we really preserve, protect, and present our science of mind philosophy and history for all of us. They're in these 600 gray archival boxes, but thanks to the archives, we're finding treasures, digitizing them, and making them available for the world. So people can hear Ernest Holmes. I've had people who have been like emeritus practitioners, and I play Ernest Holmes' recording on wholeness and healing. I'm like, oh my God, it's the first time I've heard his voice, and so we're making that possible. And we're doing fun, cool things too to bring it out to the world. And anyway, that's kind of, in essence, we are the history of science and mind. And if anyone has been touched by this history, you really want to check out the archives.
Absolutely. So, well, you said a little bit, but what's your favorite thing about the archives? What's the most exciting thing there to you?
Well, I just, again, feel like a kid in a spiritual candy store, because I'll sit here and like someone like Reverend Mark Gilbert will say, I need to FaceTime you because I found another video of Ernest Holmes when he was at Asilomar. And I'll get to see it before other people. But then we do share it with y'all too. So that's on our YouTube channel. Or like Park Peters is a volunteer, and he's digitizing these recordings, and they come, and as an executive director, I get to hear them first. And I just sit in awe, that I get to be part of hearing this wisdom that hasn't been heard in like 70 years. So, but then God knows that I'm like you, Sharri. I'm going to shout from the rooftops because I want the world to hear it, and I want the world to experience it too. But I've been very blessed to see things that have been, again, in boxes for decades.
Oh, I know.
And then to see them first, and then to bring it out to the world.
And you know what I love? The fact that people can, if they have a membership in the archives, they can go online.
You bet.
And they can listen to Ernest Holmes. They can. I've read his stuff, for years and years and years. I've been reading, and I love how he writes. And I use it in my ministry. But when you hear the words, and a little voice inside me went, and I'm old enough that I never got to meet him. But technically, we were contemporaries because I was 10 when he made his transition. Mm-hmm. So there was a period of time when it would have been possible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, that's wonderful. So how is it, other than getting an internship for ministerial school, how is it useful to spiritual seekers, the archives?
Well, to me, this is like source wisdom. You're going to the source of religious science, of science of mind. And for anyone who's a spiritual seeker, you want to learn, you want your life to be more smooth. You want to be in the divine flow and just watch the magic and miracles unfold in your life, thanks to this teaching. Anyone who wants that, because there's books like This Thing Called You and the textbook, but we have I'm trying to think how many were on our website. We're going to have like 800 other documents of Ernest Holmes that aren't those popular. It's like really going deeper, it's just really going deeper. And our search engine's getting better, so you can have like a topic like peace, and you can search for peace. And then all of a sudden you have these incredible articles that you had no idea existed are on our website. And so it's for ministers who are, for whatever their community, if they want to research and they want to prepare for their talks, practitioners who are doing readings or working with clients and want to really find something from Ernest that resonates for what their issue is. It's for anyone, who just wants to go deeper and to be more connected with the one and with this incredible wisdom.
He did a series on your mental garden that I used. There were 3 in a row, and I used all of those for one of my projects when I was in ministerial school. I still have them right here in this drawer.
Nice.
I will not part with them. They are part of my library now, because I paid the little teeny tiny, I think it was 99 cents back then, to download them. And they're beautiful. They aren't just text, they're beautiful documents. So you're right, that is wonderful. So next question. This is a silly question, but I'll ask it because I know you got a great answer. Was Ernest Holmes interested in world peace?
You know what? just a little bit, and I wish I brought it with me, but I have so we have his desk in our little museum. And on the desk, there is a framed document from 1942 is when he did this American Spiritual Awakening. And I will get this gentleman's name from my consciousness. Uh, they did this. They filled this auditorium with 5,000 people during World War II to talk about peace. And it declares, "Let there be immediate peace on earth by the power of the Spirit of the living God." And it's just so powerful. And he invited people during that time to repeat that just faithfully during the time. In addition to his prayer for world peace that I use all the time.
Me too.
I mean, and there's so many wonderful documents. But again, to search for peace. I remember, I do have access to all the documents that aren't necessarily on the website yet. Of 800, when I searched, there was over almost 700 of them had the word peace in them. And so he's very peaceful.
Just a little, yeah.
Just a little peaceful.
So I just got done reading the article in the December, hey Ronald, the December Science of Mind magazine that was an excerpt from the new book from the archives, Ernest Holmes at Asilomar. Tell us about that. It was really wonderful.
Thanks. Yeah, it's on our website. So actually, I don't know if you could just even scoot there, but
actually, I can.
So I know you're that good. So Reverend Mark Gilbert is on our board of directors, and he is a researcher in every way. And he was going through the boxes, and he found these transcriptions of Dr. Holmes when he was at Asilomar in the 1950s.
Are we coming up? I don't know where. I'm not sure how to make that happen. But we need to have.
I'm sure when we get there, I can show it to you again.
Okay, there we go. It was there for a minute.
Almost. It was almost there. And I'm going to peek.
It'll come back.
And I can just run.
There it is. I got it. Okay.
There you go.
Now we got it.
All right. Now just scroll down just probably more than a hair, but you'll see the book. And it should be, keep going.
That's audio.
I know there's so many good things. There it
is. There it is with the thermometer.
Yeah. And so Mark Gilbert found these transcriptions, and we also found photos from Asilomar of Ernest there. Oh. And oh my gosh, this is from 1952 to 1959. And maybe it's 1954, but I just can't even tell you. People touch the book and they are transformed. Yeah, 1954. We are missing 1955. And so we're looking, if anyone out there in your studio audience knows where these transcriptions are, or audio recordings, or any, because we found one audio recording of this book. Again, to me, it's like hearing Ernest. If anyone has been to Asilomar, which is this retreat center on the Pacific shore, you can hear the waves, and there's this really sacred chapel that when you walk in, you can practically see and feel Dr. Holmes up there. And then all of a sudden, this wisdom spirit is just flowing through him. It's so powerful. I have a ministers group that meets, and one of the ministers said that she was just in tears reading this because it just touched her heart so deeply. It's like unedited Ernest Holmes. I mean, he really speaks candidly and authentically, and it's all captured in this wonderful book, from poems.
It's like listening to your grandpa talk.
Aw, yeah.
It is. I mean, that's to me, when he's just being earnest, it's like, I could sit and listen to that forever. It's like being on the back porch with grandpa and having him tell you stories about before you were born. Just wonderful, wonderful stuff. Hey, Cindy.
If you want to stop sharing real quick.
While I've got this up here, you gave me a list of things people can do to learn more about the archives. They can sign up to receive the newsletter from the website. Where should I go? That's right up here at the top, right?
See that upper right corner.
Okay.
Newsletter is that easy. Yes, we send it out a couple times a month, but it really keeps you in the loop of all our activities, of all the new things that are on the website. And right there, it's Ernest Holmes at Asilomar is the name of the book, Ronald. Yeah.
Ernest Holmes at Asilomar.
Yes.
Is the name of the book. And you, the archives also has a YouTube channel. Now, can they sign up for that on the website?
You know what? I think you would just need to go to YouTube and
just go to YouTube and search for Science of Mind Archives
and Library. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, become a friend of the archives, which is when I was first a friend of the archives, you could sign up for $1 a month. Mm-hmm. And I did, because I was a ministerial student. I wasn't working. I signed up for $1 a month, and it went up and up a little bit, each year, which was really wonderful. And the benefits of being a friend of the archives are just amazing. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's true. So you could get up to 20 items per month from our website. And it's that little join us button at the top. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple options. Just to get a website subscription, it's like $10 a month. But to be a friend of the archives, it really supports the infrastructure and all this work we've been already talking about of finding items, digitizing them, making them available, like the Asilomar book or the audio recordings, because it costs money. And to me, it's consciousness. Money is consciousness. It's saying from your heart, oh my God, this teaching has touched me so deeply, and I want to support the work to preserve it. And so we're just inviting people in consciousness. And sometimes we have special events. We just had one, an appreciation blessing ceremony, and our friends were invited, so there's definite benefits to being a friend.
Well, I know there's a birthday party for Ernest Holmes every year, but first I want you to talk about the Lunch and Learn, because that is such a cool thing.
Why don't you scroll down? And I bet there's something there.
Down here? Okay, I'll scroll some more.
Yeah, I know. So just there you go. So there it is. London. There's even my cute little mug on there. So these are the recordings of the Lunch and Learns, but thanks to Reverend Dr. Martha Quintana, who's on our board of directors, she had this divine idea. And so once a month, on the third Thursday of the month, it's for free. You have to get onto the Zoom link here. It's in the newsletter too, we send out. But you can hear Ernest Holmes. And so they have picked these recordings that are not available yet on our website. And so together as a group, you hear this like 13-minute recording. And then you go into a breakout group and discuss it. And then we come back together. And you just see people transformed. They're like, oh my God, this wisdom is useful for me today. And to hear the passion in people from sharing it, it's absolutely worth coming to our Lunch and Learns.
Cool. Okay, tell us more about this website. I'm getting the hang of scrolling.
You are. So why don't you go to the tippy top? Why don't we take it from the top?
Tippy top? Okay,
let's take it from the top, my dear.
Take it from the top.
And
scrolling.
Because again, here's the Ernest Holmes birthday party. So we kind of put the most recent and active things at the top. So you do need to, it's a virtual party, is free to attend. It is a fundraiser for us. So there's opportunities to share and support, but you got to click an RSVP. And when you RSVP, all you got to do is put your name and your email, but then the join link will be sent to you by email, because it's a special site called Paybe. We're inviting people to purchase a birthday candle for Ernest. He's going to turn 137 this year, and he's looking good. And so for $137 or more, or you can buy more candles, you can support the archives and give Ernest a gift in that way. Because this is our biggest fundraiser of the year to support all the work we're doing. And again, what a great way to honor Ernest.
And y'all are a nonprofit organization.
Thank you. Yes, we're a nonprofit.
I forgot to say that because we've known it so long. That's a really important detail that got left out.
It's a very important detail. We're separate from Centers for Spiritual Living Home Office. People, a lot of things, and we love home office. We work very closely with them. And we are responsible for our own fundraising to do all this sacred preservation work. Yeah, so all the funds support what we're doing here. We had an archivist for 2.5 years. She was part-time. She did move on, but we need a full-time archivist. We need someone who can just dedicate their hours in life to go into these boxes, to find more treasures, to digitize it all. And we're working to make it available for you.
Oh, I love it. Okay, do you want me to scroll down?
Yeah, go back to the party. There's still more things. We have a silent auction, which is so cool. So again, all the links for this are right there on the homepage. You can buy a candle, bid on a silent auction, and you can host a watch party. We're inviting communities, even just a group of friends, to come together, put the party live on the screen and watch together. But there's prizes, which is fun. And so if you want to let us know, so email Melinda there, that's in that on the website, that you're having a watch party, or email me. We'll keep track of you. We want you to send us your videos and your pictures that you're having a good time. And there's prizes for, like, if you dress up like in Ernest Holmes plaid shirts, or back in the 20s, or whatever decade you want. If you dress up and have a good time. So there's prizes. We like prizes.
And we've talked about the party, but we haven't said it's going to be on January 21st, is coming Sunday.
Yes.
And thank you for putting all of the time zones on there.
We tried, yes. Yeah, so 6 p.m. Mountain.
No, you skipped
wherever
one.
we are.
You skipped my time zone.
Central. I didn't make that flyer, by the way. But yes, and so that will be.
So Central is in between Mountain and Eastern, so it'll be at 7:00 my time.
Thank you, Sherry. Yes, important time zone. Oh, I know. So, anyways, we're excited. It's always a good time. This will be like our 4th virtual party. Reverend Barry Ebert is a co-host with me, and he's a hoot. I mean, worth it. We have Dr. Christian Sorensen does a little video. So we have been really communing with our folks in Mexico and doing Spanish translations of Ernest Holmes' work. We have a whole team. I went to Lake Chapala, Mexico for 2 years in a row for the Convention of the Americas. And Ada Demetropoulos has a video and in Spanish with subtitles. We also have music by their music director, Piero. And it's in Spanish. He's wonderful. So they're at the party. We have Reverend Kit Holmes. We have Denise Rosier for music. Just really phenomenal artists. We have Gabe Ebert. And so Reverend Barry Ebert's son is, he won like a Tony Award. And I hope I have the right award. But he's going to sing a song that he wrote too. It's just It's a fun party, and you learn a little bit more about what the archives is doing, but you just have a good time, and you deepen into celebrating Ernest Holmes, and we're celebrating him and his birth, how he came onto the planet. His light was ignited that day, January 21st in 1887. And we all get to just say, thank you, Ernest. Thank you for all you have done for all of us, and how we get to continue it. We're the continuation of that legacy, of that light. The light needs you. The light needs me. The light needs all of us to shine it. So we do have peace on earth. So people do recognize their personal worth and love themselves so they can love others in a deeper, more complete way. It's just so important what we're doing here. So come to our party. You are invited. Yes. There you go.
Okay, should I scroll down?
You bet.
Okay, tell me how far to go.
Just the next little section. So this is just a welcoming, and there you can see we have a plugin. I know it's a little techie computer thing, but every time we add a new item, it pops up on the homepage. So you can quickly see what's the newest items on our website. And it says there, if you're a website subscriber or a friend, that's only those folks can get the audio recordings at this point. But this is really kind of fun. It looks like that.
Look at the prices. I'm sorry.
I know.
That's funny. The price is $1.99.
I know.
You can't buy a half a hamburger for $1.99.
Or a Starbucks.
Even if, and I don't drink coffee and I'm a vegetarian, but that's beside the point. It's still
That was funny.
Okay, so and then here we are with the book that we just talked about.
Yeah, but this is really important.
This
actually,
cool too. The
No,
Chronicles
go
of
up.
Science of Mind. That's
true.
Marilyn Leo's book.
Yes,
And
she has.
this is volume 2.
This is volume 2. We have volumes 1 and 2 available. And again, if you like Science of Mind, I mean, this is, you hear about Ernest, you hear different, this is the evolution of our movement of religious science.
Oh, this puts faces on the people whose words you've read.
Yes.
You know, that's what
your teachers.
Turns them into people, you know.
It's true.
I love that.
It's true. Actually, go up, please, to that thermometer where you had jumped over something.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot to talk about the matching thing.
I know.
Oh, no, I lost my place. Hold on. I'm going back. Okay, I'm back now. I clicked in the wrong place. Okay, there you go. You can talk now.
Thank you. So the shorter version is the Science Mind Archives has been located here at Home Office for 13 years, and Home Office has very generously donated our space. And thanks to COVID, as I like to say, the home office is going virtual. You know, they really haven't, they have a big, beautiful facility. They really don't need it. There's really only a couple people coming. So they're selling the building and we get to find a new home. We get to, and we just know Spirit is always good and that Spirit loves what we are doing and knows it. So we are revealing our perfect new home right now, and we are raising money to do it because we're getting quotes for moving. They're around 40,000 or so. You know, we need to box things up. We need to get it. We need to pay for rent. So we're going from free rent to paid rent. You know, and that's okay because Spirit is generous and Spirit is supportive. And we're inviting each person here to be generous and supportive as well. The Hefferland Foundation, who has just supported Science of Mind in so many ways, they have given us a $25,000 matching fund. And so actually we don't get the funds until we match it. And you can't really see it right there, but we are about 7,000 in. We have raised 7,000 of the 25. And again, 65,000 of our total goal of 150,000. So we're just really excited. We're encouraging people. If you go to our donate button up top, but just put relocation in the memo. It's actually on the top line. It's
on the. You can't see it on the share screen here.
Yeah. Well, we can. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, where it says donate. If you click
right there,
on it,
the little blue button.
Yeah, it's blue. It's next to the newsletter sign up.
In between join us and newsletter sign up. All important buttons, you want to click them all.
You do. You do want to click them all. You do. Click them. See what happens. It's fun to click buttons. It's fun to donate to.
And it's not dangerous. It's wonderful. It's fulfilling. It's marvelous. It's grand.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So there you go. So we're encouraging people to give to our relocation campaign. Again, people have been so generous already. And then we can get that $25,000 match. Our goal is really to save, to have at least 2 to 3 years of our new rent in the bank. So we can just relax. We can continue to do what we do and continue to preserve our history.
Yep.
So we're excited.
All righty. Do you want me to scroll down some more?
Oh, sure. That's a good time. Let's do this.
Videos. There's something for everybody at the Science of Mind Archives.
Yeah, so those videos, actually, there's one more. So we're helping people. We have a new abundance preservation seminars we're doing. And this is the one we did in December, I believe. This is really good. We had an attorney and a CPA talk about IRAs and also wills and estate planning. And so in 1 quick hour, you learn so much about how to really preserve your money, but also how you can give it to nonprofits and not necessarily give taxes to the government. You know, it's a way that's a win-win. It can support the archives or your favorite nonprofit, and it can help you and your family. And we're going to do 2 more in that series that are coming up. So again, if you sign up for that newsletter, you'll stay in the loop of all the great resources we're giving out.
Excellent.
Yeah, because the archives also, we have a curator society where you can put the archives in your will and estate planning. You know, it's things that people don't necessarily think about. But I've had people talk about it as they put the archives in their wills because, oh my God, their legacy lives on, you know, through their gifts to the archives. They're supporting Dr. Ernest Holmes, this teaching, and supporting the archive so we're around forever. So we appreciate that.
Okay.
Peppers. And
Let's see what else is here. I love this picture.
Yes. There you go. This is what we get to box up and pack up, and we're working on that today even. This is become an archive volunteer. We have virtual things, and actually your producer right now is one of our volunteers, Reverend Sharon Mitchell. We're so grateful. There's so much to be sorted and organized and just cleaned up so we can put it onto our website. We have a new volunteer who is helping with we have Wise Sage interviews, where Dr. Marilyn Leo or others have interviewed sages of our history. And I think perhaps all of you may know Dr. Tom Sanner, who made his transition. We happen to have his oral history of his life. And we're really close to having that available on our YouTube channel, thanks to Reverend Paul Ski, who I think is actually part of New Thought Media Network. So it's just all incestuous in a good way, in a positive way, in a good way. We're all help each other. But he's just dynamite. And so we had 36 Wise Sage interviews of leaders of our movements that we're cleaning up. And again, they'll be on our YouTube channel.
Okay, let's see what else is on here. Oh, look. More movies.
Yippers.
More videos.
I know, more videos. And again.
Oh, and here's some really important stuff. Look down here.
Good job.
Contact.
Yes, there's our current address. And so again, sign up for the newsletter.
This one travels with you no matter where you go. info@somarchives.org is always going to work.
True. Yes. Yes. Yep, that's how you can reach us. And we're really grateful, and it's, again, an honor and a blessing to do this sacred work of the archives.
When I talk to people about this show, I always say that for me, the biggest blessing of Global Focus today is that I have never failed to learn something I didn't already know. You taught me how to share a screen and how to share a website on StreamYard. So this has been a great experience for me. There are 5 questions I ask everybody. Mm-hmm. Here's the first one. Is there anything you want to talk about that I haven't asked you about? Because if there is, I want to hear about it now.
Actually, I want to hear from your heart why the archives is important for all of us.
Because for me, the archives is a living history. And it's the evolution of spirituality. It's home. For me, the archives is the home of my heart and my spirit. It just is. And it always will be. Just like Unity Village has always been. It's one of the places, and I've lived in 38 states. I've been the new kid in school 38 times, and I've only went to 3 colleges. Wow. So, home is a really important word to me. It's a concept that people who lived in the same house for 40 years don't understand. And for me, that's what the archives is. It's a part of the home of my heart, the home of my spirituality, the home of my consciousness. And to me, it's that for the whole world. It's a place that holds the truth.
Nice.
That keeps it safe and secure and available. So that's not. I haven't been interviewed on my own show before, but that's.
Well, I have another question for you, because that was beautiful. So we have a library, and I know you have a library. Why are these books important? Why has your heart guided you to keep these?
Well, anybody who ever watched Star Trek: The Next Generation knows the answer to that question. There is something visceral about turning the pages. And for me, because of who I am and the studying that I've done, many times the pages were written by someone I know, and I hear that person's voice when I'm reading it. And there's a connection there. And I've listened to so many of Ernest's recordings because I love his voice. I love feeling that connection. That, I have a tablet. When I'm traveling, I read on my tablet, but there is something about turning the pages of a book.
Yeah.
That just sings to my heart.
So that's why you have your library and you're keeping those books.
Well, and in my library, the goal is a little bit different. And it was my doctoral project. And my goal is to, right now, it's available like 8 in the morning to 6 in the evening, Monday through Friday, by appointment, because you have to actually physically come and be there to use the books and the CDs and the DVDs that are there. But my goal is to have everything digitized, to have it all available online at no cost.
Nice.
So that anyone, anywhere in the world who has internet access can use any one of the books in my library, can use any one of the recordings in my library, can use any one of the periodicals in my library.
That's beautiful.
That's the goal for me. And I'm only at the beginning of it. You know, I have about 1,200 books, but it'll grow. And that doesn't count periodicals and recordings and stuff. That's just books.
Well, good for you. It sounds like you understand the wisdom that's in those books that can touch and change lives, right?
Absolutely.
These books touch and change lives.
They do. They do.
Yeah, it's the wisdom
because
of the
when you read that book on the screen, you know, it kind of zips past you. But when you're turning the pages and you read the book and I hear the voice of the person who wrote that book, sometimes, you know, I may have read the same book 3 times. And there's always something that I didn't catch the last time. There's always something that reaches out and grabs me and says, hey, pay attention.
Nice. Right. It's that inner awakening. And I believe we're all guided to.
Well, we are infinite.
You know, and you can't even pick up a book.
Creator. You know, and there really is only one mind, and each of us is a point of consciousness in that mind. But we open that point, gets bigger and bigger and bigger the longer we allow it to grow. And that's what these books do. They allow it to grow. They encourage it to grow.
Right. I love that. That's beautiful.
Okay, so next question.
Nice.
And you've already answered it in part, but I'm going to give you a shot at it anyway, because you never know. How does what you do as the Executive Director of Science of Minds and as a Science of Mind Minister, how does that encourage, evoke, unveil, support, pick your own verb, conscious evolution?
That's pretty much all it does, right? I mean, it really is. It's making the invisible visible to the world. You know, it's just like this beautiful, invisible, omnipresence, omnipotent, omniscient, you know, energy, this beingness is within the science of mind. You know, and Dr. Ernest Holmes was such a teacher. You know, I just love that word because we have a picture of his very first practitioner class, about 35 people, most of them women. And at the top, he has his name, he wrote teacher. He's a teacher. He's a teacher of a mystical teacher of wisdom. And for us to make that invisible visible for everyone through our website, through keeping our archive, library, and museum alive, you know, I just think it's touching people's hearts and inspiring them to be a better them, you know, and to bring this, to shine their light and to bring it out into the world and to transform the world as a whole.
Oh, good. Now that just leads you right into the next question, which sounds like the same question, but isn't quite. How does what you do as the Executive Director of Science of Mind and Archives and as a Science of Mind Minister, how does that unveil, promote, expand world peace?
Well, to me, this teaching is pure peace. It is peace. It's peace in action. You know, it's really putting feet to our peace. You know, we can, you know, pray for peace and om and chant and, you know, and meditate, but it gives us the tools so we can go out in the world and be better humans, you know, so we can ourselves, you know, cultivate more peace within our hearts, our words, our actions, but then we're igniting that peace with all those who are around us. It's to me, the teaching is peace, and that's why I'm here.
Yes. Okay. And so last question. Well, no, next to the last question. presuming that every single thing goes exactly the way you want it to go. Every detail, every event, every relationship, every activity, everything goes exactly the way you want it to go. 10 years from now, what does Reverend Kathy Mastroianni, as the executive director of the Science of Mind Archives and Library, look like?
I'm a lot more relaxed because we have this gorgeous space, that's absolutely perfect. I have a team of archivists and volunteers that just give from their heart. People come smiling and enjoy, because we have all this, and there's a synergy in our entire movement. Every single minister, practitioner, layperson, spiritual seeker, says this, they get it. And so they abundantly just share from their hearts. They tithe to the archives. And so we can have this team. Oh my God. So boxes come in from, like we have Dr. J. Scott Neal's collection sitting in a storage unit at Marilyn Leo's place. So we get those 38 boxes and we have people say, oh my God, look at this. And they organize it, they put it in archival boxes, and they digitize it, and it gets available out to all of us. And so it's just a joy. It's a joy, and it is a joy to do this position, but it's just more so because you can feel everyone's connection. People understand the why, the value of all that we're doing, and they take it out in the world and they share it.
All righty. Now here's the last question. Will you come back?
Oh, you betcha. That's always
the
fun.
first opening I have is December 3rd. Can I plug you in?
No pressure. I'm kidding. You're awesome. You betcha. I wrote it down.
Super. Yay. Oh, well, I'll send you an email just like I did this time. But thank you. Because I know that everything will have changed by then, and I'll have all kinds of new news from you.
That's fun. I have one more thing I do want to share, if that's okay.
Go ahead. Absolutely.
So New Thought Media Network has been so supportive of the archives. We did a Wisdom of the Mystic show with Reverend Laura Topper, and that's available on the YouTube channel. But we're so excited that Reverend Robert, Dr. Robert, we were at the Parliament of the World's Religions this last August, and we collaborated with all these New Thought leaders of divine science, unity, INTA, and religious science and UFBL. And there is a beautiful video of our presentation. We're so excited for Reverend Robert to finish doing his magic and make it available. So
that's great. I was there. I remember that. That was a really great presentation.
Thank you. It was fun. But again, we want to share with the world the women of New Thought, the matriarchs of Peace and Justice Ministries. And so we're just really excited to get that and to bring it out to the planet. Anyway, so there you go. But sign up for our newsletter and you'll find out. And I'll see you.
Thank you. And everybody, next week, whole different kettle of fish. Reverend John Auden is going to be my guest, and his ministry is called Spiritual Care Everywhere, which I think is a pretty cool idea. So don't miss it. Come back and see what's happening a week from today. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things.
On behalf of everyone at New Thought Media Network, thank you for being a member of our virtual family. Your financial contributions help share the New Thought message with people from around the world. Please visit and contribute at www.ntmedia.org/donate. New Thought Media Network, come be you. And please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.